Welcome to Open the Gate. This very special Friday, we're not just one or maybe two guests. We have the whole Crisis crew visiting us. Welcome, Crisis! My first question will be for Hakim de Médicis. Hello, Hakim. Such a big group. Hakim, can you maybe explain us, like, how come you're so big and so wow?
Crisis is based on friendship relation, and I think the number is not important, but each can bring something different, and that's rocks.
I mean, it's very fascinating the way that you all go in different directions. You also have like many projects and all very different. Do you sometimes really care about the public that you touch, or you just like really focus on the expression, your own very expression, and really focus on the challenge and the exercise itself?
I think we don't care about making people understand what we do. We do it, and we do a show, people see us, and art is born.
Thank you, Clément. Thank you, X. There is a very strong identity, and your whole aesthetic is very strong. We see glitters, we see beards, we see accessories, many references into like Oriental costumes or in Chinese costumes. Futuristic costumes, 80s, it's like really, really large. It makes me think about this movement that you guys had in America. I'm talking about the Coquettes. This very big freedom, this EP vibes of, this new performing vibes. I mean, Apollo, you are from New Mexico and you recently joined Crisis team. So you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the Coquettes. How do you feel about that?
The Coquettes were really a revolution, an artistic revolution of the 60s and 70s in San Francisco. They took this drag movement but made it cool. They made it open and accessible to the public. They added glitter and they inspired the glam rock movement, David Bowie, all of this. And it's really great to have found a community in Paris that takes the great skills that we have within fashion, within Beaux-Arts and other artistic and performative abilities, and puts it in this world, throws it out to the public, adds some glitter. Really, it's the birth of something new, and it grows every single day.
Thank you, Apollo.
Thank you.
Also, you're playing a lot with this cabaret vibes. It's like a show. It can be anywhere. Like we are talking about different places. But there is this big theater scene that is always fascinating. We also have Tom de Montmartre in the Crisis team. Tom, you're playing with the codes of the boylesque. Can you maybe tell us if you feel that you're playing with a fashion movement, or more that you're playing with it and making it more in a contemporary way, or just like destroying it and redefining the codes of it?
I think Crisis is not cabaret, is not burlesque. We use cabaret and burlesque as a medium. We are many people with different identity, and for example, my identity is more cabaret, but I prefer to make something else as circus, and we try to make something more rock. We are not the new burlesque or cabaret that you said, fashion cabaret.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But there is like many projects, as I said, and it's true that you don't always go to cabaret. I mean, I think there is like millions of projects coming to you guys. In the project that you did before, maybe Romain, you could talk about it. What was the craziest project you were working on, maybe you will work on?
Even if I think every project of Crisis bring a lot of experience. The Queer Week for me is a very special project because it's an entire week in a science politique school in Paris the biggest political school in France, and we can show our body to speak about queer identities and gender theories. So it's a very special project for Crazies, I think.
It's really nice that everyone will be taking part of this project and expressing his own expression and feelings about this week. Soline, can you maybe not present, but tell us about all the disciplines that there is and artistic direction that Crisis could propose?
I wouldn't say there's only one artistic direction, but I would say there's like many of artistic inspiration. I mean, each of us has its own universe, so we evolve in those different universes which mix. For example, there is pole dance, theater, cinema, fashion, of course. There is, of course, burlesque. There is oriental dance. There is so many identities. We just put it together and mix it, and there's Crisis.
Okay, very nice. Thank you, Celine. Morgan, I have a question for you, if you don't mind to answer me. Like as just Pauline says, there is like many disciplines, and you guys are artists, and you might be starving for education. Is there moments where you all share your experience and knowledge, and that you can really gather and just teach to each other what you do the best?
Actually, yes. For example, I've been doing pole dance for 2 years, and at the moment I'm teaching the other members of the crew how to pole dance, to make the basic moves, for example. And actually, everybody here has something to teach to the other ones. I'm not such a good dancer, and I've been learning some dancing skill recently. So I'm very grateful. I meet all these people, and we are teaching each other many things like pole dance, just dancing.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Morgan. So Crisis is very promising. Maybe, Clara, you could help us with the source and origin about this name, Crisis. Where is this from?
Well, crisis is not linked to financial crisis, like I've been told before. It's more of a crisis of energies, of like a crisis of creation. Like, for example, particles, you know. It's more scientific, like when particles get in contact, and like in electricity, for example, there is a crisis of the particles that create something and have like create energy, and there is this whole mix of different things. And for me, like all these different people being together from different backgrounds, but all artistic, are a crisis, are a creative crisis.
All right.
And that's why Crisis.
So you drop the Crisis on the stage, on the street, anywhere we can find you?
Exactly, and there's a sense of emergency as well,
okay,
which we can find in Crisis.
Where can we find this emergency, Madame Josie? Maybe can you put some light on the different places? Because I know and I feel that Crisis could like express anywhere, no?
Yeah, I think for us what's important is to be able to integrate ourselves into any space, and we can work in projects for big clubs in Paris, for Silencio and for Queen, or we can do a project in an apartment that's very small, and it's kind of facilitated by a really special unity that we have in the group.
All right. Very nice. There is this international vibe with all of you guys. We have the feeling that the whole world is gathering into Crisis. Lucy, maybe could you tell us how it works? Like by meeting people, you introduce the idea and the group, and you bring them into the Crisis experience. How does it work when you meet new people and you feel that they could belong to the Crisis group?
Yeah, because I think we are trying to find people who share our ideas about art and performance, and I think what's important is to have different ideas but the same direction at the same time. Mm-hmm. So when we have guests, I think that's what we research with them.
New experience.
Yeah, new experience, but the same desire to do art.
So always to make it richer and richer by any kind of things.
Yes.
Very good. And maybe as well, you could tell us about the different projects that are coming, the very important one that we should really look for.
We are working on several projects, very important for us. The first one is going to be from the 8th of September to the 22nd of September, and we're going to perform with several artists, and we're going to have some guests with us and other artists in a building in the center of Paris, situated in the 59 Rue de Rivoli, which is an art gallery, and we're going to invite a lot of people and even us to invade this whole part of Paris for 2 weeks. And the second project for us is the organization of our deal in a crisis. We're going to organize a party, an evening dedicated to crisis and to all the talents, all the art that we can give and we can share with our audience, our friends, our guests, and anybody who really wants to be a part of this crisis. Yeah.
Thank you as well. There is many projects indeed, I feel, and every week I know that you have a very busy activity between like all the queer weeks, parties, gallery happening, and I'm sure like even in the streets you could just go wild, and that will be amazing to watch you guys. I hope the public will be able to follow you on your Facebook page and also on the Tumblr. Maybe that Tom de Montmartre could remind us the address of the Tumblr.
On Tumblr, this is Crisis by Crisis.
Very good, thank you, Tom. It was very nice to have you guys. I know it's not easy because you're a big group to have you, so thank you all for coming tonight, and I really hope that we will be able to see more and more of this crisis hysterical action. Thank you again. Thank you for watching Open the Gate. I hope to see you next Friday, same place and same times, 9 p.m. on souvenirsfromearth.tv. Bye-bye!
Au revoir!
Bye.
Petite fille des verres grondés, ce n'est qu'un